Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. I implore you. Today we are finishing up the Tulsabeard saga. This time for reals. I remember last time I was like, oh, it's totally the end, and it totally wasn't. And I was totally surprised, but Luca has put his nose to the grindstone and decided to knock it out since, yeah, it's time for that. So I'm gonna go ahead, load it up in this cannon here that I got, and hopefully it'll go to the moon or something like that. At the very least, we'll have another saga under our belts, and I am excited about that. It is implied in the title that he will be swip-swapping miladies in his life. I know Heidi saw a lot of love in the last episode, so maybe we'll be sad to see it go, but we'll have to let her go, I guess. We are live streaming this on Twitch. Come through, see me if you'd like. We'll go ahead and get some additional plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this r/Neckbeard Stories cringe. Tulsabeard finale, aka The Ballad of Lily, Part 0. Oh, that's a little bit of a twofer, and we are getting The Ballad of Lily. Is that confirmed? That's madness. The Luca verse, the Luca cinematic universe is just growing all the time, and I love it. Freaking subscribe to ReddX. Hey, I appreciate the plug for reals. Probably most of the people here are already, but if you're not, I mean, there's a button right there. Hey Reddit! This will be the last entry in the series of my experience with Tulsabeard. Unfortunately, for me, perhaps not for you, this also necessitates the beginning of my recounting of the Ballad of Lily. Yes, we are finally getting to that. As Red likes to put it, this is the Luca cinematic universe, and Lily, well, she is my Thanos. Although I'm certain that I am the villain of her story as well. I mean, you guys can't both be Thanoses. Although if you look at it from a certain angle, I guess Thanos thinks that he's the good guy and that Thor is the villain or something. I don't know what's going on. This will be a bit longer than my usual posts, but I will do my best to be concise. Disclaimers and warnings, of course. Beards are gross. If you're this far in, you know what you signed up for. That's true. However, if this is your first foray into beardiness, you should know that beards are gross and crass, and they do gross, crass things. If any of that bothers you, now's your time to check out. With that out of the way, let's get into the cast list. God, there's so many disclaimers. I don't want to hear anything about fractured spines and whatnot. I mean, I'll probably say something about it. Maybe it'll be like a happy story, you know? We'll wrap it up with a little bow. You never can tell. We got OP, that's me. TB, Tulsabeard. CB is Tulsabeard's girl, aka Chihuahua Beard. Heidi is my girl. And introducing Meg, who is Heidi's sister. Developmentally disabled, but has a heart of gold. Lives with Heidi and is just a pure cloud of happiness. Daniel is a work friend from DirecTV. We would hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings after work frequently. Yeah, that's what dudes do, right? Come on, dudes. Buffalo Wild Wings, bro. Whoa. Edgy goth guy, like myself, would join us at the gallery more than once, but wasn't relevant to this story until now. And finally, Lily. Yeah, we're here now. Lily was my paramour since high school. Dating online in the late 90s and early 2000s, moved to Memphis in a desperate attempt to be with her until Hurricane Katrina ripped us apart. For more on that, please see Luca's Guide to Unintentional Pimpery, which was a little one-off that we did. It's pretty good. Not Red exclusive, but pretty good. She's a short, fiery Latina girl with a temper like the Hulk, or She-Hulk, and the patience of, well, someone without patience. Yeah, probably the Hulk again, I guess. She was conventionally beautiful, with deep pools of hazel framing a lithe face. long black hair down her back, and a sprightly form. I mean, it sounds nice, but I'm pretty sure that's what the devil looks like. Don't fall for any of that. I'm just saying, hindsight's 20/20, that's all I know. With the cast out of the way, let's get into this final installment of Tulsabeard. This episode, All's Fugged That Ends Fugged. Yeah, we gotta get some fireworks for sure. I've been waiting, I've been thirsty. Now it's time to drink it in. Where last we left off, my head was buried in Heidi's prodigious bosom, sobbing and confessing that I wanted to live with her. She cried and held me for a while, and all those months of depression and anger, the bitterness and budding hatred flowing out of me in choking cries. She was quiet, letting me just let it out. I felt safe in her arms, like everything was finally going to turn around. It would be nice if that was what happened and we got everything all packed in nicely, but unfortunately, people don't generally fix each other. You need to have it in your heart that you want to change, and I don't see that in you quite yet in this part of your life, Luca. So I kind of know it's gonna fall apart with Heidi, but it's nice that she was there for you, you know what I mean? After a few minutes, she gently cupped my chin and rose my face to meet her eyes, my cheeks wet and her shirt discolored. "Do you mean it?" she asked. I do. I mean it. I want to live with you," I replied. "Let me clarify," she continued. "Do you want to live with me because you want to live with me? Or do you want to live with me because you don't want to live here?" Yeah, that's one of those tricky questions. It's like, do you need me because you love me, or you love me because you need me, right? There's only one right answer. To be honest, it was a little of both, but I did truly want to live with her. I mean it. I hate living here, yeah, but I always wanted it to be us. And I think that that's the truth. Heidi nodded. Now, I had stayed at Heidi's place more than once during the months together. Hell, I'd spend more than a few days at a time just to get some reprieve from the beard nest that the duo of these beards had lived in, and here is where I'll tell you that because of my sleep disorder, I have a difficult time sleeping with another person in my bed. We discussed it, and a plan was formed. 1, since I wasn't on the official lease, I could leave anytime I wanted, and I would. 2, I would have my own bedroom in Heidi's home, but on the condition that we sleep together once in a while. I would pay her a modest rent, basically what I'd been giving Tulsabeard. She said the rent payment would cease once I put a ring on it. Yeah, it doesn't really cease, now just you take care of the whole thing, right? Is that how that works? I don't know, man. The whole having your own bedroom thing is honestly a lot more convenient than people would think. It's kind of nice to just do your own thing, meet up every once in a while. You don't have to sleep in the same bed, especially if you're uncomfortable with it. It's your life, live it how you wanna. I'll go to bat for you on that one. So with the plan in place, Heidi bid goodbye after giving me a kiss, and I was left to confront Tulsabeard. Well, that's big of you, honestly. I would just pack my stuff up and left in the middle of the night, but props to you for doing the right thing. I waited a few days to gather my thoughts and to make sure that I wouldn't lose my bravery, going over the possible conversations in my head. I overthink a lot, and I still do to an extent. I digress. The day of my confrontation was set, and soon it had arrived. One Friday, while they were lounging on the couch, watching TV over the still accumulating pile of refuse, I steeled my resolve and approached the duo. Yeah, here we go. Go ahead, secrets out. Go tell the friends that I don't talk to anymore all that you know about me, Tulsabeard. You have no power here. OP, Tulsabeard, we need to talk. Tulsabeard,
Sure, man. What's up?
he smiled that beaming smile at me, but knew by my countenance that it was not good news. Chihuahua Beard looked at me as well. OP, alone. Chihuahua-beard stood and waddled her way into the bedroom, closing the door before I heard the springs of their bed groan at the mass that had just assaulted it. Yeah, two of them sleeping on that thing together? How old is that mattress? Probably, it's dead already. Springs should not sound like that. OP. I'm making this short. I'm moving out. 2 weeks from now. Tulsabeard's eyes widened, panic slowly setting in. Tulsabeard.
What? But what about our arrangement?
OP. You mean you blackmailing me? I'll be honest, I don't even care anymore. Tell whoever you want. Tell Matt, tell Crazy Matt, tell Ray, if they'll even answer your calls. Find Julie and tell her if you can even get to her, and tell Heidi too. Matter of fact, I already did. I'm done. You aren't using me anymore, and it looks like you're back on the job hunt, buddy boy. Oh, that's the worst thing for a beard, honestly. Time to find some gainful employment, baby boy. I know that it hurts, but the ride's over. Tulsabeard.
But
I could see the tears welling up in his unwashed face.
we're friends. You can't just leave me out to dry. What about the lease?
Yeah, friends always blackmail friends. That's how friendship works, don't you know? I tolerated you, and now it's over. And I'm leaving, okay? Honestly, be grateful that he did the nice thing and told you to your face. Because like I said, I would have slipped out in the middle of the night. I don't owe you a goddamn thing. OP, we stopped being friends the moment that you blackmailed me. And if you'll recall, I'm not on the lease. I've played nice because I was afraid of the crap that you had on me, but that doesn't even compare to this, I said, spreading my arms, gesturing widely around me. I can't live in this. I can't live with you. Scream it from the mountaintops for all I care. Everything that you know, it doesn't matter. I am gone. Well, see, that was relatively easy, wasn't it? Let's quote Fight Club here, because why not? It's only once you've lost everything that you're free to do anything, right? No friends? No problem. I'm out here living my best life. I could hear Tulsabeard begin to protest again, but I refused to listen and returned to my room, donning my headphones and putting on music to drown out the sound of him knocking, eventually entering my room, talking at me, and leaving. I eventually stopped the music and heard the quiet crying of Tulsabeard to Chihuahua-beard on the couch outside my room. I couldn't hear much, but Chihuahua-beard saying, "We'll figure something out." And that did stick with me. Yeah, that's how life works. You always figure it out. What's the alternative? Just lay down? Like, okay, I guess I can't pay the rent anymore. No, you're gonna figure it out. That's what humans do. You'll be fine. You will be fine. If you wanted stability, maybe you shouldn't have blackmailed the person that you decided to be your roommate, right? Stupid. The next 2 weeks went by, Tulsabeard trying to change my mind, and me reminding him that my decision was final. Him threatening to tell people about my impropriety, and my telling him to do it. Go ahead, do it. You won't. It was soon enough that I knew he had been bluffing the entire time. He never intended on telling anyone, but he knew that I wouldn't move in unless he exerted some leverage. What a complete bastard. On the one hand, I suppose he had a shred of honor in him for not telling anyone. On the other hand, the threat of it was enough to put me in hell for months. I had long since run out of sympathy and patience for Tulsabeard. Yeah, you've crossed the line. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me about your honor and all this other crap. If you had the honor, you wouldn't have held this over my head, right? You got no leg to stand on, the way I see it. Matt was once again enlisted to help me move into Heidi's place. God, Matt's a real bro, isn't he? A friend that'll help you move? Good friend. Friend that'll help you move a dead body? Best friend. My belongings fit neatly into a small rented U-Haul truck. While he was helping, Tulsabeard approached Matt. Tulsabeard,
Hey, Matt. Long time no see. Thanks for helping OP move. Did he ever tell you why he moved in?
All right, moment of truth. Matt, not really. Something about saving money? What's it even matter? Tulsabeard chuckled and shot me a knowing gaze. He did intend to spill. Tulsabeard,
Well, I'll tell you what really happened.
Matt, dude, I don't care. And it shut down just like that. He told me you and him had a spat and he's moving out. We were never friends. I only hung out with you because OP liked you. Now that's done and we're done. Tulsabeard,
But we...
reality check. I love Matt. Honestly, what a cool dude. Just calls it like he sees it. He don't pull no punches. He's a straight shooter. You gotta respect a guy like that. Matt cut Tulsabeard off. You what? You want to spin another tall tale of you besting him somehow? Tricking him? You want to lie about beating him in a race to move in? I don't want to friggin' hear it. All you've done since I've known you is compare yourself to us and measure yourself better. You're a rude, loud, dirty, lying little goblin, and were it not for OP, I would have leveled you months ago. Matt, I love you. He's a G, for real. That boy gangster as hell. He don't give a damn. I love it. We all need friends like Matt. Tulsabeard retreated into his room with Chihuahua Beard, him crying again. The facade he thought he had crafted was crumbling around him as I was leaving. I wanted to feel pity for him, but he had begun to reap what he had sown long ago. As we were moving, Matt did ask, "So, what did he do to convince you to live with him?" OP, I don't really want to get into it, but long story short, blackmail. Matt, that's slimy, dude. Say no more, bro. If you ever want to talk about it, I will listen. I gave him the bro dude hug backslap. OP, I'm glad you're my friend, Matt. I love moments like this, man. Just makes your heart grow 3 sizes. Matt, I'm glad you're getting out of this hellhole. And moving in with Heidi, oh, I'd say that's like a huge upgrade. Yeah, Heidi does some things that Tulsabeard, well, I guess Tulsabeard would do. but everybody has preferences, right? I mean, Lord knows I'd prefer a relatively normal human being over a beard of either gender. And yeah, Matt was right. Heidi kept a clean home, was responsible, and she loved me. For the sake of brevity, we will fast forward. I moved in, mostly without incident. Meg was happy that I was moving in, calling me Uncle OP, which made me smile. She was well into her 20s, but her disability had stopped her mind from progressing beyond that of a first grader. She was pure-hearted, and honestly one of the kindest people that I ever knew. She knew I was nervous about moving in somehow, and offered me her favorite teddy bear. Not to keep, just to hug for a little bit. I like how she's very specific about that. But yeah, what a kind gesture, you know? I smiled, taking it, giving it a smothering hug and telling her that I felt much better. She took it and bounced back to her room, humming and saying, "See, I told you he'd like you," before closing her own bedroom door. God, that is adorable, isn't it? And then, in the older sister's room, it's like a adult video palace with all sorts of tapings and stuff going on. Never mind, I'm not gonna get too much into that. Life with Heidi was simple, slow, and laid back. I like that, honestly. We'd work, come home, watch some TV, fool around a bit, and sleep. She wasn't the geeky type at all, but I even got her playing some WoW with me and my family back in New Mexico and Colorado. We had a guild there, alliance, called Mercenaries. We never did make it to any endgame stuff, but we all had a good time. Yeah, me and the Discord folks play on a private server, also alliance, and our guild is called Edge Max Death Grind. And we are also not into any endgame content. But that's okay, just feels good to kick it together, to build something together. I get it. Heidi liked to cook for me, which, while I appreciated, Gordon Ramsay, she was not. Oh, come on, it's the thought that counts. Her favorite meal was plain ground beef with ketchup in a tortilla. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can. While I do appreciate the effort, I'm gonna go like shred some lettuce or do something. I can't do this. Hit me with the ground beef, but no ketchup. Thank you. I'll figure the rest out. Rather, this was really Meg's favorite food, but Heidi insisted that it was hers too, as to not pull on Meg's tender heartstrings. But I ate a lot of it myself. I cooked for her as well, and those nights, Meg was not happy. I don't know if I could do it, man. Meg's super nice, but I'm not having somebody with the mind of a first grader dictate what we eat in this house, all right? Maybe I'll cook a separate meal, maybe. But really, I'd like it if you just tried the mushrooms or whatever the hell. You think I want to eat chicken tendies every night? Well, I do. But I don't because I'm getting up there in age. You just can't do that anymore. Meg loved her beefy tomato wrap, but picked at the meals that I cooked for her in an attempt to make me happy. God bless you, Meg. You are too innocent for this world. I mean, how hard is it to make beefy tomato wrap? Make 2 meals? It's not that difficult, honestly. I would do it just to avoid the conflict. You can't force her to eat something she don't want to eat. So yeah, pan fry some ground beef, squirt some ketchup in there, throw it in the tortilla. Boom. 3 steps. Easy meal. You want to eat this for the rest of your life? Fine. I'll learn how to cook it with my eyes closed, I guess. Now, Heidi has a libido like a Ferrari. See, this is where I found it a little bit weird, because you got like the developmentally disabled sister, and then you got the older sister who's like banging all the time, and it's probably not great. Her libido was always revving, and I struggled to keep her satisfied. As I had told you in a previous installation of this tale, I would learn that this was a mild form of nymphomania. Soon, I would begin declining sexy time with her, and begrudgingly, she would accept, but that wouldn't stop her from trying every single day. That just means she likes you. I mean, as long as she's not banging you raw or anything like that, you could get into it. Just make her do some weird stuff that you're into. You don't have to tell me what it is. But that's dedication, honestly. You can't reject a woman too many times. See, it's gonna break apart the relationship. She's gonna be like, you don't find me attractive, etc., etc. Even if you're not 100% into it, just go ahead. Do what you do, all right? Tell her to hop on top, whatever. Heidi would don frilly things and entice me in various ways, but as the time passed, my interest in her waned in a carnal way. I hate to see that, man. It is in fact possible to have too much of a good thing, and while the mind was willing, the body was not. You can make the body willing. Trust me, bro. All else fails, maybe you buy some like little blue pills and just let her have her way. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, I guess if you're not compatible, you're not compatible. You know, you don't medicate because you're not compatible. You just kind of go, okay, this isn't working out in the way that I would like it to. And that's rough, I guess. But OP changed jobs, quit DirecTV, started working for MetLife as some dental insurance goon. Not my cup of tea, but the pay was generous, and DirecTV has a strict no cohabitation policy. Stupid. Some BS about leaving home at home and work at work. Exceptions only for married couples, and even then, only in separate departments. I bet everybody's breaking this. You just don't tell the company about it. We did still love one another deeply. We cuddled on the couch, frequently going to the nearby Blockbuster on the weekend to rent slasher flicks, her favorite, and some movie noms for in-home date nights, and we would retire to separate bedrooms for the evening. In the months, going on years that we lived together, I did propose. Her family was overjoyed, as was she, and plans were put in place to get married next year. Our home life, though, was slowly drifting apart. I liked to stay home. She wanted to go out. I would oblige every now and then, which was honestly fun when we did go. Her bubbly personality made every outing a fun one. Her playful teasing made my heart soar. I was in love, but under the surface, unbeknownst to me, things were changing. I mean, you tried to do right by her, but from the way you've laid it out, it seems pretty incompatible. You kind of got to learn how to jive with each other, you know? She wants to go out. You trust her enough for her to go out. Tell her to go out by herself. You know, she really wants you to go. Okay, maybe once in a while. You also got to learn how to chill out at home. It seems like she is chilling out at home. You got to maybe compromise a little more. And also bang it out a little more. Like, the separate bedroom thing isn't helping all that much. Although I do like the fact that when you creep into your significant other's bedroom, they know what's gonna happen, you know? You could play a little bit of that old bedroom intruder.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up.
So one night, Heidi came home, crying, and collapsed into my arms. Heidi, OP, I'm so sorry. Oh boy. OP, what? Sorry for what? Heidi, sit down. I need to tell you something. Oh boy. I don't know what to say. OP, you can tell me anything, Heidi. I'm in this for the long haul. Heidi, I kissed someone after work today, she said between sobs, and my world came down. I was betrayed. I felt my heart crack. I mean, only a kiss, but yeah, it's too far already. I gotta get up and out. I respect myself too much to sit here and have another go, personally. Some people might be like, hey, we could work it out, but that ain't me. And apparently it ain't Luca either, because this ain't gonna last. OP, who did that happen with? Heidi, some guy in my department. It was just a kiss in his car, nothing more, but I felt awful about it. Now you're trying to downplay it, all right? You feel bad about this, I feel bad about this. Let's call it what it is, all right? You cheated. You cheated. You might as well have gone all the way because you cheated. OP, you don't pay enough attention to me. I feel like we're drifting apart and I was weak in the moment. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. She repeated that she was sorry, holding me, crying. I didn't hold her back. I just sat there, processing. Soon I came to a conclusion. Everyone deserves a second chance. I mean, you do you, bro. I'm already out at this point. At least she didn't bang that dude, you know, just kissed him. OP, I forgive you, but only once. If this happens again, we're done. Try to be more attentive to your needs, but you're, well, I chuckled. You're a machine, Heidi. It's hard to keep you satisfied. Concessions will have to be made on both sides. And I think that's a fair point. That's what every relationship is about. Compromise, right? Heidi nodded and said, I promise. And then the narrator bursts in and he's like, she lied. We'll see though. And things went back to normal for the most part. I was distant from her for about a week, but eventually I started my earnest efforts to pay her more carnal attention. There you go. Get your swerve on. You know what I'm saying? How many years you been together? Like 1 year? I've been together with wifey 6 years. I'll need to tell you how active it is, but it's active, all right? Matt would come over every now and then, glad to not be visiting the den of refuse that was Tulsabeard, and he made that known quite frequently. Heidi liked to pull me into her room for snuggle time while he was over. I think she got a thrill out of it. and I obliged most times to keep up my end of our bargain. I mean, that seems like kind of a dick move. Hey, Matt, thanks for coming over. I'm gonna go bang it out over here right now. Okay. Have fun, I guess. I'll make some popcorn. Eventually, my birthday came around, and she presented to me a gift. Ooh! A new graphics card for my PC. Ooh! I was thrilled. Yeah, boy. She knew my geeky side and played right into it, and I hugged her tightly. I installed it immediately and booted up WoW to be greeted by silky smooth 60 frames per second on my 27-inch CRT monitor. After confirming everything worked, I thanked Heidi with a raucous bedroom romp of several rounds. That's true. The best kind of thanking, you know?
Birthday sex, birthday sex.
Later that night, thoroughly exhausted and minutes from sleep, I booted my computer. I wanted to brag about my new graphics card to someone. Anyone! Yeah, it does be that way, don't it? It was well after midnight. I perused my AIM list. Mudbeard was online. Nah. He'd want to play some asinine super robot game with me, and I just wanted to gush. Tulsabeard was online on Facebook. Or was that Tulsabeard? Zoom. Enhance. It's the same profile, but the name had changed. Rachel? Oh my god. He had come out as trans, or I suppose she had come out as trans now, and she had moved to Dallas, where her uncle had moved not too long ago. Well, I suppose that's not much of a bow to put on Tulsabeard's tail, but there it is. I never talked to her again, but I would Facebook stalk her every now and again. Just don't say anything. It's fine to look, but no talk, no touch, all right? She'd eventually pop out a few proto-beards with Chihuahua beard, and I imagine they probably lived off welfare, or her uncle, probably a combination of both. God, I feel so sad for those kids. Terrible. Why do things like this happen? Why do we need a license to make babies? Anyways, the only person that I saw online was Lily. I hadn't talked to her in years. My mind flashed back to the sobbing confession of Heidi. Now here, dear readers, is where I am the a-hole. Oh, that kind of relates to the episode that we did yesterday, doesn't it? Hey, can we pass some judgment? Can we glean some catharsis from the situation? I guess we'll see. I had spent my entire life to this point in Tulsa telling everyone but Heidi that if Lily so much as said the word, I would drop my entire life to be with her. You didn't. Aw, man. I'm very conflicted about this situation. I was afraid of that, and so I didn't contact her. Phew, it's a good choice, Luca. I wanted to be with Heidi. I'd made up my mind, but in that moment, like Heidi, the hurt welled up and it was weak. And I opened the chat window. Oh, Luca. You give me a little bit of hope and then you rip it away from me. Oh, well, I guess we all had those moments, you know. OP says, hey, Lily. Lily, wow. Over 2 years after you leave, and that's what you lead off with? Hey? Not off to a good start. You know, I've seen you online for over a year now. Why talk now? Okay, I take it back. Never mind. Block. OP. Yeah, I know. Things have just been complicated. And hey, part of that burden is on you. You could have opened up this window anytime that you wanted. Lily. That's fair, I guess. But what is this then? You want to confess your undying love again? You want to lead me on and drop me again? What did you hope to gain from this? Oh, she is just an unrepentant... Is she not? I guess she has reason to be salty. We haven't gotten into it, I guess. But no, I'm not liking this initial vibe one little bit. You don't point the finger at me. I'm the one that's reaching out, okay? You don't want to be receptive? That's fine. I'll leave. Goodbye, Lily. Sheesh. OP says, nothing. Just friends, Lily. I was lonely and just wanted someone to talk to. I got a new graphics card and I know we're both the nerdy type, so I just wanted to gush. Lily. Oh, that's it? We're friends? Check out my new GPU? Ugh. And she went dark after that. Honestly, she did you a favor. Let it go. Let it go right now. I mean, you got some inconsistency, little problems going on with Heidi, but running back to this, that's not the answer either. These two women are not your only options, okay? There's a third option, step back, work on yourself, etc., etc. But, oh, I don't know, man. If you gotta pick one of these two women, I would stick with Heidi, honestly. The next day, I got home from work to find a message waiting for me on AIM. I quickly set a password to unlock my computer. In my heart, I knew, but I was in denial, and I didn't want Heidi knowing that I was talking to Lily. Oh my god, this is some duplicitous stuff going on right now. If you are ashamed of the things that you are doing, then maybe don't do the things that you're doing, right? I just don't get it. I couldn't live like this. Lily, I've thought about it and we can be friends. You hurt me when you left. Who leaves with a text message? I know, Katrina and apartments, but you could have told me in person at least, but we can be friends. How have you been? Oh, what a blessing. I won't rehash our conversation verbatim because I really don't remember it verbatim and because we talked a lot. I told her about Heidi. She told me about her abusive stepfather, how she finally got the stones to stand up to him and move out, and she had an apartment of her own now. Yeah, see, that's the hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm not good with this, man. I was proud of her and I told her as much. We talked on and off for a few months, sharing like we used to, music, anime recommendations, jokes, reminiscing about the mud. Bro, your life is like forking into two different paths right now. And I can't tell you which one to take, but I know which one I would take and it's not the one you're currently taking. All right? But Luca tells it like it is, you know? As he says at the end, own your mistakes, and that he is currently doing, I guess. He wouldn't be the person that he is without having gone through this experience, so yeah, it is what it is, man. Lily was still sort of active on the mud, and she was dating one of the people that she knew from there. Heidi and I continued our relationship, myself trying to hold up my end of the bargain, and herself trying to hold up her end. Yeah, it is kind of falling apart, isn't it? All right, option 3, step back, work on yourself. This is not, don't do it. Daniel started coming over to hang out after work. We'd play some games and drink, and he would often drink himself to the point of us taking his keys in order to sleep it off. Okay, it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. It was a normal life. Friends, hangouts, family life, the usual American dream, minus the picket fence and the kids. Kids wouldn't happen until we were married, which is totally gonna happen, by the way. I'm sure. I was happy. My chats with Lily eventually surfaced because I was convinced that we were friends and I wanted to be transparent with Heidi. She was a little concerned about me talking to a former beau, but accepted it. One day, Heidi had to work late, and I went to Buffalo Wild Wings with Daniel. We were a few drinks in, and Daniel clasped a hand on my shoulder. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. It's a disaster. The whole thing's a disaster. Daniel?
OP, I have to tell you something.
OP? Sure, man. What's up? Daniel?
Heidi cheated on you.
And my heart cracked again. I sighed, lowering my head, the alcohol in my heart making tears start to well up. OP, I know Daniel. She told me. She kissed a dude in the parking lot one time. We got past that, but I am glad that you told me, Daniel.
No, OP. She, like, really cheated.
OP, what? Daniel.
One night I was drunk and sleeping on the couch, and she came out to get some water. Well, my dong was like hanging out of my boxers, and she like, well, sucked it.
Oh my God. Oh, I hate it. I mean, it's been a long time coming. You guys kind of incompatible and stuff like that. And then Luca's off, you know, spreading what affection he has to this other chick that he's deeply head over heels for. So, of course, Heidi's not getting the attention she feels she deserves. And she wasn't even getting it before Lily was introduced anyways. While she shouldn't have done all that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't see any other way that this could have gone over the course of many years. Oh, that hurts. This whole thing's a hot mess, man. I don't know how to fix any of this. Break it. Separate from everyone and everything involved here. I can't, dude. Jesus. Like, part of me wants to thank Daniel for telling me, and the other part wants to punch him in the mouth. You know what I mean? Why didn't you stop her? Bam! But really, he's not to blame. Wrong place, wrong time. I didn't know how to respond, honestly. I wanted to punch him. I wanted to cry. I wanted to leave. I wanted to drink. I wanted to do anything but believe him. But I knew it. I knew that it was true. I downed my beer. God, Daniel. Why did you let her? Daniel,
I was drunk. And it's not like I have the moral high ground here to tell you that I didn't want it to get sucked.
He's blunt, but he has a point. OP, well, that does it then. Second chance blown. I wouldn't tell Heidi that I knew, but I withdrew from her entirely. I talked with Lily more, told her about the cheating. She said I should drop Heidi like a stone. I agreed, but I had to figure out my living arrangements first. Oh man. None of this is gonna fix anything. Oh no. Not that I'm implying that this can be fixed, but it's frustrating, man. Breaks my heart, if I'm quite honest. Heidi knew that I was withdrawing, and I'm sure she had her suspicions, but she wouldn't say anything. See, y'all need to communicate better, you know? Communication and compromise, that's two of the C's in the relationship. I think there's also a U for unity and an S for suck. That's a good joke, right? I would tell Heidi that I was tired and she would just say, fine. And one night I was talking to Lily, as I did most nights now, when it happened. Lily, I can't do this anymore, OP. I can't be friends with you. We have to stop talking. Oh, you're so dramatic. Okay. OP says, well, that's kind of out of nowhere. Before you go, would you at least tell me why? Lily, because I'm still in love with you. Oh, I didn't see that one coming at all. Yo, wild. Honestly, this is like some high school stuff that's going on right now. I don't know. Too much drama. I would check out. And that is where we will leave the tale of Tulsabeard. She now was a character. As far as I know, she's still trans, living with Chihuahua Beard, taking care of their little beardlings. As vile as the idea of a beard procreating is, I do hope that they found happiness. Despite him blackmailing me, it was my own impropriety and foolishness that allowed that door to be opened in the first place. Next time on the Lucas Cinematic Universe, The Ballad of Lily, Part 1. No apologies for spelling or grammar mistakes. Own your mistakes. Luca out. Now, I do have some really strong feelings about cheating, even just a kiss, even just chatting to somebody, like that's emotional cheating, isn't it? So I don't want to say too much, like, I got choice words for Heidi, but I'm gonna just keep it wound back for a little bit because Luca, he did have his fault in this as well. And he laid it out, he told the truth, he should be given some credence for that. But at the end of the day, like, you cheated emotionally, which probably Heidi felt in some type of way. She cheated physically just because, I don't know, she's really that insatiable, apparently. If you can't perform like that, then, you know, maybe bring some toys in to help you out, or I don't really know what to tell you, man. It just seems overall that you weren't compatible, and while the breakup was sort of inevitable from what I can see, the way that it went is just really ugly. And in that sort of situation, you probably should take a step back and, you know, reassess yourself. Do some work within yourself before jumping into another relationship. It's never good to like leapfrog from one chick to the next. At least not in a relationship. If it's a casual type of thing, you do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just not for me. That's what I know. Who had a bigger misstep, Heidi or Luca? I would definitely say Heidi. But she tried her best with the relationship. So did Luca. It didn't work out, you know. People come into your life, they leave your life, and lessons are learned. So, tough lesson, but I think Luca's not quite done with the learning process, because next up he's moving in with Lily, and we have heard quite a bit about her. I hope you'll join me for that, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode, friends. If you did, I hope that you'll like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share the video around. Check out them links in the description. Plugs, playlist, podcast, Spotify, iTunes, Teespring, if you're trying to rock that merch. We've also got, a Twitch live stream where I read this whole thing. And social medias, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. You make it do what it do if you want. I would also like to thank my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous Patreon patrons and YouTube channel members right now, Jerry much. So thank you too. Starting with channel members: Tiny Boy, Angel Dark, Bedazzled Misery, Skylar Rain, The Fez Waver, That One Gay Cop, Valley Eyed Crane, She's a Rosie Rainbow, Slow Spooner, Jerry, Sean Cantwell, Heaven Sent, Robert Thibodeau, Jackie McQuitty, Grim Stride, Train Boy, AJ Collins, Toothblushy, Corey Arts, Kelly Clark, Lickalish Loser, Florentic Waver, Dungeon Bat, Billy D, Robert Waits, Brandon Ashcroft, Faith of Danica, Orgamy Steve, Skylar May Morningstar, The Gypsy Barber, Fire Drake, Samantha, Death's Flagship, Bearded Snake, Buy Two, Get One Hand. On the Patreon side, we got Miss Black, Harley Hohen, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Chancellor, Blue Kraken, Roxanne Wilson, Jerry Vixie, Conrad Ingy, Fluxer, the Captain of Industries. I don't got friends, I got tendies. Captain Cloud Jerry, Ellipses, Aaron Jerry, Deku, Esteban, Orgamy Steve, Beat Down with the Bag of Bombs from Downtown, Jerry, Peg for Forgiveness, Santa Jerry, Silent Revolver, PCB, The Original Jerry, Jerry, Tick Jerry, 211 Jerry, The Two Jerrys, Destiny Piper, Jerry, Kitsune, Salty Wizard, A Very Tired Jerry, yeah, I feel it. A Dusty Dargodian Jerry, and Frankenberry, ain't that a hot bitch though? Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Baby Jerry, Kukaga, Baby Joe, Peter Jerry, Benji and the Jets, Billy D, Benji Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Bronze Kraken, Commander J Tank, Dr. Lux, Aaron Era, Erratic Mechanic, East Bucks, Rose Never Studio, Fire Drake, Gizmo Jack, Hadrian BR, Inquisitor Jerry, Irish Pirate, Lust the Blue, Marmalade, Mutiny. Oh, we can get it back for you, bro. Iron Hollow, Radiant Jam, JM Coon, Jerry Smith, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Llama, the Truck of Hong Kong, Jerry, I'm begging of you, please don't take my bread. It's so delicious. Crew He, Kelly Kraken Lady, Italian Greyhound Dino, Lady in Awakening, Lauren Crow, Legitimate Girth, Lord Jerry O, leader of the Thunder Jerrys. Luke Mix was a race car driver. He was a good friend of mine. He never did win that checkered flag, but I helped him drink his wine. I actually listened to that song. You're welcome. Like and subscribe. Milady Nix, Meldar the Destroyer, Manufacta. I'm here because my cringe senses are tingling. Yeah, this was a good episode for that, wasn't it? Needless King 89, Paragon Soul, Fan of the Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes and Quagmires, Ramtide, Lacramates, Rose, Jerry Miller, Sarita the Lolita, Scarlet Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Rerun the Law, Silo Imp, Steampunk Ellie, Stephanie Gunner, Side After Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, the Gypsy Barber, the Lilith Who, what you fusky? This isn't even my final beard. That's true, we got many to go. Try to find another mom to get back to the real world. Vanguard, Angel, VC3, Viking Jerry, Wiki Tech, Zephyr the Gargoyle, or Clay, Void Set Collector of Cringe, Comrade Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though, Cage Alex, Redwind, Ben Penny Lane, Nog Viper, Saint Blessing, Third Stuff, Venom Jerry, we are Venom Jerry, Jace Christensen, Arnold Voice, if it dweebs, we can CDL train it. Yeah, we can try at least. One Leg Jerry is returned from battle. A normal Jerry, alright, I'll bring you Doritos, but I count on your expertise if they attract beards, which they definitely will. Admiral T-Tank, Emmer Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Bartender Kelia, Big Dad Wolf, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Lock, Chikara the Panda, Corey does commissions now, hey, Crypt Titty, Stefan Jerry, Defter Tuna, Dilf Jerry, Dwarfy Dude, Dwarven Ramses, half the calories, all the hate. Get to at the Doodles, again, commissions open, Jerry Boo's daughter, Ghost of Alpha Greymon 365, half Slavic Jerry in a tracksuit. He cannot, Hydra Jerry Solomon, Janitor Jerry, roaming the streets of Finland, hunting down Naruto headband, Jeffrey, Geralt of Arivia, Jerry, but with 2 S's and an E, that's Jesse, Jerry Springer, the results are in, you are not the Neckbeard. Alright, Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on, look at that mustache on Jerry Aldo Rivera, Jerry Roxers, Jerry Role-Playing Game, Kid Marvelous, Kids Again, Lucia Lovecraft, Machia CD, maybe next time Milk Fit, Miss Duchess, Mr. Gasman, Not Invisible Angel, Raptor, Seldom Dark, Skylar May Morningstar again, wow, Snary, that's Snob Jerry if you didn't know, Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scary Jerry Dawn is relevant all year round. We're almost in October again, God, it really does go around, doesn't it? Too fast. Techno Dubs, the original Jerry, they call me Jerry Two Knives, Jerry Pie, Titus Trucker Dunker, what? To Infinite Jerry and beyond, Tokyo Bird, Unkale, Vaughn, throws 2 liter Mountain Dew, grow my neckbeard, grow. It's Jerry time, Old ReddX Warfare, Hygiene, it's Jerry time, Old ReddX Warfare, Humility, and thank you of course to my $1 patrons as well. Bless up all the Jerrys and not Jerrys alike. Oh my goodness. You guys doing the most out here. Thank you. If you can afford to support alongside these wonderful people, that would be absolutely huge. If you can't afford it monetarily, I mean, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate that you came on through, hung out with me. I hope you'll come on back and hang out with us again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out. Do something you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos, right? Cool, sweet. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.